Wow, today is such a dark day in YouTube history. So over the past week, I've seen a creator who is popular on YouTube, someone a lot of people like, someone who's been on the platform for a long time, basically get dragged through the mud, get called out for being quote unquote malicious, being someone who is allegedly breaking the law, and a lot of just lies and misinformation about this creator. Her name is SSSniperWolf. Now, for Sniper Wolf, she started off on YouTube playing games, and even then people hated her and said, oh wow, she doesn't even play the game, her boyfriend plays it. Okay, bro, there's no proof of that. Second of all, she eventually moved into a popular space of reacting to TikToks and other videos, and this got a lot of creators mad, mostly because of the fact that she was so successful. She was able to corner the market of basically doing what everyone else was doing, but doing it while having a beautiful face in the thumbnail. And a lot of these creators are upset. You know, they live in their basement, they're down there all the time, they don't take enough vitamin D pills, never mind see the sun, so their skin is pale, they look ugly, and they see Sniper Wolf shining, gleaming, glimmering, reacting to content, smiling, being happy, and already they're upset.
See? You could not be picking things up by the lid! Pick up by the lid, your day will be mid. Probably worse than mid. Now you know. Life advice you will remember the rest of your life.
God damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius!
And one of these people that was very upset, his name is Jacksfilms. He's been on YouTube for years. He's one of the OG YouTubers. And he became obsessed with Sniper Wolf, right? He became obsessed because he started to make content reacting to her content. Okay, that's obsessed. All right, Sniper Wolf is different because she reacts to content. Jacksfilms is reacting to her content, which reacts to content. So it's kind of like a little bit of reactception, but the point is he's obsessed with Sniper Wolf because he made a video every day harassing her, watching her videos and pointing out that she doesn't react to most content, she doesn't really say anything or add anything, she doesn't even really transform pieces of her work, and even in some cases, she'll just let the video play out and then eventually the video ends just to get some of that YouTube ad revenue money. But the thing is, you got to see where that's coming from, right? This is someone named Jacksfilms. He's someone who used to upload videos where he would put dubs over videos. He would create his own original content. He would try to think and create something special and unique.
Wipe off your friend's monitor. Wipe a picture. Wipe your TV. Wipe a cathedral. Wipe your creepy friend and dry those tears.
The single ladies, all the single ladies. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty goddamn impressed by this sponge. It's awesome.
We're marrying for money. Wow.
Now, that's worthless. I don't know why you would ever do that, especially on YouTube. It's much better to react to content because then not only do you not have to put too much mental fortitude into it, you get to pump out more content and you are part of the algorithm and you're able to make YouTube as well as yourself more money. So this is someone who obviously is obsessed with Sniper Wolf and is obviously upset that he basically puts effort into his content and doesn't get jillions of views like Sniper Wolf. And now, because of the fact that Sniper Wolf had gone to his house because she wanted to say hello to him, she somehow doxed him. They're saying, oh, just because she put out his address online, that this is doxing. Perhaps she just wanted to visit him, and maybe some of her fans wanted to visit him as well. I mean, it is October. Halloween is right around the corner. Perhaps she wanted to have a trick-or-treat party at Jacksfilms' house. Did anyone ever think of that? Did anyone put the pieces of the puzzle together? Did you do the science and the math for that? Of course not. You're stupid. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Sniper Wolf, she is thankfully a very popular YouTuber. And another thing that's also thankfully the fact is that she is a female. And, you know, I don't want to discriminate and say someone who's biologically female or someone who identifies as female, but she's always been female. Even back in the day when she used to play Call of Duty, she was female. So that shows that she's authentically female, because no one would choose to identify themselves as female in a COD lobby. Now, thankfully, when it comes to websites like Twitch and YouTube, they usually stick up for women, and especially because she has a lot of subscribers and has a lot of clout, she will hopefully be able to get more viewers from this as opposed to lose viewers and lose the platform. So hopefully YouTube continues doing the right thing. There's no reason for Jacksfilms to harass this person and then get upset when she tries to be nice and come to his house and say hello. I think that this is a whole lot to do about nothing, and that really, at the end of the day, hate her or not, she's a genius repurposer, and she is able to corner this market, unlike some of these people, which obviously leads to jealousy. Now that you're caught up on the most pressing and important news, I'd like to mention something that's a little less important when it comes to YouTube drama, and that is this conflict in the Middle East between Palestine and Israel. Now, there was events that have happened historically as well as recently that led to a conflict. This time around, there were casualties that had been occurred on Israel's side at the beginning of this conflict, and at the current state, Israel is basically mounting a counterattack on a much smaller province than themselves. They have been asked to perhaps consider a ceasefire, since right now the death toll for civilians on the Palestinian side are above 30,000. On the Israeli side, it was over 1,000. And much like what Bassem Youssef had said, we're not sure what the transaction rate is going to be here for this to stop. But this is unfortunate. There's been casualties on both sides, most recently the Palestinian side overwhelmingly. This is something that continues where women, children, and innocent individuals are being affected by this. And I'd just like to say that if you are in the giving mood or want to perhaps contribute something, I would recommend donating to IRUSA if you'd like to donate to Palestine. Now, you may be asking, why don't I include some type of an Israeli aid package? The reason why I'm not going to do that is for two reasons. Number one is because I contributed already through my tax dollars. And number two, I honestly don't know a trustworthy one. I mean, I've used this in the past, and I've used it to donate food to places like Yemen, Sudan, places in Africa, as well as in the Middle East. So I personally find them trustworthy. So, you know, if you have a little bit of money, if you have something to scrounge up, I'd recommend you donate. And hopefully by the end of the week, either the Sniper Wolf conflict or the Middle East conflict will be over. I can't live with both of these, you know. Seeing my main girl Sniper Wolf get destroyed online while seeing this conflict in the Middle East is a little bit too much.
At the end of every single video, make sure you ask people to rate and subscribe to your content. It makes them feel like they're involved even though they're really not. And most importantly, make sure they comment on every single video. If you have to, disguise it. You know, call it something like the question of the day. And really make them think you're gonna really read it when you really don't have to. Ha ha ha!